Hey there, guys and gals. Melodic Symphony here. Sorry for the huge inconsistency in being able to upload. School started. I'm not set up for being able to record that much time to account for days I will not be able to record. So, unfortunately, it's inconsistent for these last few days. I have a few videos recorded now. I've had time. This plus a couple others. And, this plus a couple others in the series will be ready. And then a couple other series will have a video ready as well. So I can do like one of these, another series, one of these again, then another series, and then one of these. And then I have like plenty. I'll be good. Expect consistent uploads from now on. It's been really inconsistent. There have been 1 day between uploads. There have been 2 days between uploads. I think at one time there's 3 days. That was just... every day I couldn't do it because I had to go do a tour on campus. I had to go do something, yada yada. Story aside, let's go. It's the first time my band's had practice in a while, and I need to make sure I've got everything. I'm pretty sure I've got it all as I grab up my good amp and take it downstairs. Sally and Ann have been talking in the common room since I started all this. I give them a nod as I pack up the amp into my old beater van. I got the van a couple years ago as a way to get my crew to gigs. What? Get to my crew to gigs. That's one thing about this game that's a little inconsistent is grammar. But I mean with like thousands upon thousands of lines, finding a few grammatical mistakes here and there, it's not that big of a deal. But it still shows that there wasn't as much testing for this to like actually find these, but oh well. I still love this series to death. Makes a good way to haul the equipment around too. I pop back into the house quickly just to let them know I'm heading out. Okay, I think that's it. Sorry for the interruptions, ladies. I'm out to band practice. I'll probably be a while, so tell Dominic not to freak out if he hears me coming in late. So you're finally ready to start jamming, huh? Damn right, it's been a while, so I'm itching to jam with the boys. Sounds like a lot of fun. We've never heard your whole band do its thing, just you practicing. We were actually just discussing it, and, do you think we could come watch? Well, we don't mean to be intrusive or anything. It's just the kind of thing we don't get to see very often. Hey, listen. The guys are always happy to show off for a beautiful lady, so I'm fine if you two want to show up. Does one of you have a car you can follow in? I don't actually own a car. This town's pretty well laid out for college students. Honestly, I only know a few people who even have cars. I think Dominic has one for going to meetings. I know I don't have a car. Well, crap, that's a problem. I only have enough room in the van for one. We hadn't thought of that. Yeah, that sucks. How do we decide who goes? Oh god, sticky, enter key. I don't know. Is naked mud wrestling off the table? Stop that, Max. What do you think, Ann? Hey, it's my band. Shouldn't I get a say? Well, I mean, I don't want to make it too personal. I feel like the energy at Latin House has really balanced out lately. We're reaching a good equilibrium. Well, he does have a point. We may as well just let him decide. It's his van and his band, after all. Sally gives Anne a questioning look, but shrugs. Okay then, big shot. Who's it gonna be? Hey, it's not like I'm choosing who's gonna have to give up food for the rest of the year. No. You want the choice? Go ahead. Yeah, you're right. So, who would you like to bring along? There's like some awkward jumps in between like the screens. Usually it's like this whole border stays up and just a word swap, but like for the past few, like the entire thing disappears into like an animation's about to happen or something, and it's really weird. Whatever. I think I may have stepped in it this time. Both of them are looking at me, smiling expectantly. There will probably be hurt feelings on either side of this choice. Which way to go? I think skipping it would be like, oh, never mind, I have to go pick up Memphis. Playing the event, you'd have to choose, and that's for their storyline. I'm probably going to do it anyways. I mean, I do have to do this for 2 of the storylines. I know you can have Max and Rakesh be a thing, so I'm stuck on this decision right now. Whether I skip it and show you this, like, actual playthrough of it without, like, having to choose between one of them, because there's Rakesh and, wow, Isabella. Jeez, it's been a while. Isabella, and they both don't really need you to make this decision. However, for now, I'm going to play the event, so I actually have more stuff to put in. Well, I'm never going to get anywhere if I worry about hurting feelings. No, this is a golden opportunity to show off, and I think I'm going to take it. Well, which one to take? This is a difficult choice. I don't suppose you'll have a jumping jack competition for me, would you? Don't be a pig, Max. I'm joking, jeez. I think Anne was going to throw something at me. Let's see. I guess this time I'll choose... Wow, they're both really angry. Can I go back to Memphis? Memphis! Pretend to take a ride with me. Oh, fuck. They look really angry. Smiling, expectant faces. Ah! This time, because I saw Anne's. I'll see Sally's again. Oh, fine. And you're riding shotgun. Grab your holster. I don't know if I've got a holster. I don't own a... It's a joke, sweetie. Right, I know. Anne grabs a notebook and scurries past me while I try to not laugh. Sorry, Sally. I'll get you next time. Oh, it's no big deal. Just thought it'd be fun. I'll let Dominic know you'll be out late. Thanks. Is it still say? Yep, it still says Coffee House. With a wink, I'm out the door. Anne climbs into the passenger seat and we head out to the practice area. It's only about a 20-minute drive. Oh, gosh. Sorry. My buddy, Gaz, owns a bar that he lets us practice in before business hours. He even lets us do shows when there's nobody more important playing. We may be small time for now, but we are on our way. We pull up and I open up the back to begin unloading. Should I help? Sure, go ahead and grab something. We'll get inside. Whoa, what's this now? I thought I'd brought you in on this thing to get the babes, Max. I just didn't think you'd start so early. Memphis, bro, it's been too long. Also, who brought who onto this thing, you glory-stealing son of a bitch? Memphis and I give each other a quick handshake and a hug. Memphis, Anne, one of my roommates. She wanted to come see how a real band shreds it up. And Memphis, my best bud and the best bassist I've ever heard. Pleasure's all mine, my dear. Come, leave that heavy lifting to the pack beast and I'll show you our accommodations. He offers and arm for Anne, question mark? I think it means an arm. He offers an arm for Anne. Memphis loves to turn on the gentleman act when there's a lady present. Oh, okay, I guess. Oh yes, he was made for this sort of thing, don't you know? You jackass, get back here. He absolutely ignores me as he goes inside with Anne on his arm. As I unload the gear, he gives her a tour of the closed-up bar. Oh, God, I didn't even seem like a change. That's weird. Inside, our drummer, Slim, is already banging away on her skins, just messing around. She gives me a salute, but otherwise goes back to her drums. That sounds like the drummer in a band before ours. It's actually kind of funny. You're all a bunch of lazy slackers. Where's Jerry? Said he'd be late, which for him probably means, well, you know. Memphis takes Anne over to meet Slim while I continue to unload. She was blushing earlier, but now she isn't. I guess Memphis must be going easy on her, which is good. By the time I'm done unloading, Jerry has thankfully shown up, and we can get started. Is Gaz around? Nah, he said he's gonna go catch a nap before he opens the place tonight. said to lock up when we leave. Alright. Everyone, I assume you've met Anne? She'll be watching us practice for tonight. Which means we play like for any... Whoa, what? Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Which means we play like we play for any audience. God damn awesome. We warm up a little, making sure the sound is working, and then set off into a nice practice session. I'm really happy we have an audience tonight. Every band is a little stronger, a little more cohesive when they're putting on a show, when it really matters. Even if it's only for one person. We go through the songs we know best first, just to keep them strong. Anne looks like she's having fun with those. She even claps a bit when we finish, though I can tell she feels self-conscious about it. Next we work on a couple of the others we're not super happy with. We're a cohesive unit tonight, working out the kinks when we find them. That's a really odd way to combine those two fragments. Never mind. Collaborating when we're not sure where to go next. A bit of experimentation leads to some breakthroughs, and before we know it, we're jamming along pretty happy now that with what we've done. Sorry. Finally, it's time to wrap things up. I mop my brow with a towel and make Jerry start taking the stuff out to the van. That's what he gets for being late. I guess Anne feels bad for ditching me earlier and goes to help him while Slim starts taking apart her drums. Nice work tonight, brother. Yeah, you too. I liked your lyrics for Take Him Home. Thanks, I knew you would. Hey, well, I got you for a second. What's up with Anna? You almost never bring anyone to practice. She's cute, she's fun, she's a bit shy. It's nice to take her out places sometimes. It's nice to take her out places sometimes. That doesn't sound right to me, but I think it's right grammatically. It's weird. Uh-huh. You into this chick, Max? Maybe a little. Well, I don't really know. Why are you asking? What's up? Nothing, man. Just wondering. Like I said, you almost never bring anyone by. I know she couldn't stop talking about you on the tour. Have fun, handle your business, just keep me in the loop, yeah? I just nod at him as I take a moment to watch Anne lug the last of the gear into the van. You ready to get out of here, Anne? Yeah, I think that's everything. Alright, freaks, I'm out of here. You gonna lock up Memphis? Yeah, I got it. I hop back into the van with Anne. I noticed the gear is much more neatly organized than when I did it, which is pretty nice. Good job back there. Oh, thanks. Jerry said so too, actually. He was probably just trying to get you to do more of the work, but it's true anyways. Your band's nice. Thanks for letting me come along. Thanks for being there. It gives us good motivation. Memphis didn't give you too hard of a time, did he? Oh no, he was very nice. I didn't know he was responsible for most of your songs. I thought you wrote them. Is that what he told you? That bastard. I write the music for most of our stuffs, Jesus. I write the music for most of our stuff. He's a way better lyricist than I am, though, so yeah, I let him write most of our stuff. Oh, he, what exactly did he tell you I do? He said that your job in the band was to look sexy and make the other band members sound better by comparison. I think he was joking, though. Huh, well, he's only half right. I do bring the sexy up in there. You did look pretty good performing. She's blushing again. She's seriously too cute sometimes. Still, nothing impresses like a rock god on his throne. You'll have to see me when I got a full house some night. I practically shine. I like that. I'd like to see you perform. Definitely, Anne. Definitely. We discuss more aspects of the band as we make our way back home to Latin House. That was weird. There was a few grammatical errors in that one. A couple of them are just me stuttering, and one of them might not have even been a grammatical error. It just might be that it didn't sound right to me. That's not how I would say it. It was like probably still way in its bounds with being like grammatically correct. Sorry. I do not know his playthrough very well, so I don't know the events on this week, so I don't even know if there's another... never mind. There it is. This will not stand. Do you hear me? Oh jeez, what's in hell? Something's got Dominic hot and bothered. I guess I should see what it is. I poke my head around the corner to see Dominic yelling at Isabella and Rakesh. What is this crap? You've all known about the inspection tomorrow for 2 weeks now. Am I just talking to myself at our meetings? Well, to be honest, yes. I agree that you may be speaking more to yourself than us. Will you two shut up and clean this travesty? Hey, I have things to do tonight. But we worked so hard to arrange the room properly. Isabella, your plans are canceled. Effective immediately. Rakesh, you'll be damn lucky if I can convince him that all the paint around here is for an art class. This is all besides the point. Mouths shut. Commence cleaning. Oh man, watching Dushnik throw a hissy fit's probably the best comedy gold I've heard all week. I'm tempted to rub it in, though I think if I show my face, he'll probably try to put it to work. Might not be worth interfering. I'll play the event book, yeah. See, and events like these where you would be in, but now you're someone else, that's really interesting, in my opinion. Oh, sorry. I faced away from my mic for like a split second, and I heard it, so I'm gonna have to go back in editing and fix that. That was weird. Hell, even if I have to help out, it's worth it just to stick it to Dushnik. Oh man, I didn't even know toilet paper could explode. Though maybe it's because of all the shaving cream. Ah well, I'm sure the bathroom will be fine. That smell can't last forever. What? I don't think I've seen someone run off that fast since the last free taco day at the student cafeteria. Isabella raises an eyebrow at me and I can't help but crack up. The lot of us start laughing. Looking more closely at what Dominic had been yelling about, it looks like a giant shrine has been built in the study nook. All of the study books are strewn about, some with candles on them. Set above everything else on a stack of books is a blown up picture of Dominic with the dorm rules stapled to it. It's a very elaborate shrine. Test papers are strewn about along with colorful streamers and banners that say, "Keep your grades up." It's incredibly messy, but it must have taken them a while to do. It's about the most hilarious monument I've ever seen. What? He doesn't like this? I know, right? Isabella said he would appreciate it. Isabella and I high-five as Rakesh simply shakes his head and goes over to start cleaning up the pile. Reluctantly, we go over to help him. The three of us here, it's not really the most daunting task. Once all the candles are out, we get everything stripped down. Finally, it's just the 5 garbage bags of things to go out, and the giant stack of all the books. It's probably going to take another hour to just get all the books put away in the proper place, and I'm sure as hell not going to be the sucker doing that. Alright, one of you come with me to throw all this crap in the dumpster, the other one can stay and sort all the books properly. Oh sure, stick one of us with all of the books. What, seems fair to me. I'm just volunteering, remember? It's weird that in Anne's, they already had their set tasks and you're just helping. In this one, you say, I'm going to do the trash, one of you help me. It really does show their personalities, and I really like that. Come on, Isabella. I'm going to pretend that typo's not there. Let's get this stuff out to the dumpster. Which there was a... Wow, really? Isabella, with no 2 L's. Let's get the stuff out of the dumpster. Wow. Like, this is starting to get more grammatically incorrect as time goes on. I know you think I'm a dirty girl, hot stuff, but not like this. Exactly like this, babe. Come on. I suppose I will try to sort the books then. Rakesh, just put them in alphabetical order, okay? You don't have to do anything fancy. That sounds simply boring. Whatever, as long as they're on the shelves, I really don't care. Isabella and I grab up the trash bags and make our way outside. The dumpster's only around the back of the house, so it's not like it takes us long to get out there. So I assume this was all an elaborate ruse to get me out here alone, right? Curses, you've seen through my master plan. I know you secretly get super hot around dumpsters. Ew, Max. Oh, shut up. I'm right, though, aren't I? So what if you are? Nothing, it's just cute, that's all. Well, didn't score one for me. We're totally leaving Rakesh with those books, though, right? Oh yeah, totally. Perfect. It's a shame we had to destroy your monument. That was a damn funny gag, babe. I hate that word. I'm not saying it anymore. Thank you, thank you. I probably should have timed it better. Probably could have gotten him to leave it up for a week. Not worth getting kicked out over, though. We laugh about it for a while, wasting time out in the crisp night air. It's a bit cold out, but honestly, standing there with Isabella, I barely even notice. Yeah, grammatical errors were really bad in that one. That was really bad. Wow. I can tell they put more time into Anne's scenes. Definitely, yeah. Do you know which bus goes by the downtown bookstore, Dominic? They've got a really great sale going on, and I don't want to be lugging all the books back on foot. What's this? Little Anne is off on an adventure? I pull my head out of the refrigerator and look over to see Anne with 3 empty bags over one shoulder. Apparently, she's pretty serious about book shopping. I do have transportation. I guess I could take her. Or I could just leave it to Dushnik. He's probably just as interested in the books as she is. I'm gonna skip this one. I'm no taxi service. Besides, Dominic is probably more than ready to take her. If the way he eyes her is any indication. Nah, I think I'll sit this one out. I've got better things to do. Yeah, and I'll be definitely doing that one with her playthrough. I'm like 90% sure I'll be doing that one with her playthrough. There we go. I was wondering if there's going to be another one. Oh yeah, this one's fun. Wow, I can't believe it's already Halloween. I've been so busy with classes, I've barely had time to even think about Halloween. Isabella told me about this party 2 weeks ago, but I hadn't even thought about it until a couple days ago. Hey Max, are you ready yet? Come on, we've got to get there by 8. Hang on, I'm almost done getting changed. Luckily, my keyboardist Jerry does makeup as a hobby. He hooked me up with a pretty sweet costume, even if it is a little last minute. This is gonna take me a few to get on, okay? Meanwhile, I'm gonna call Chad and let him know I'm on my way. I'm out in 5 minutes, so don't be late, okay? Isabella leaves, dialing her cell phone. Ugh, I forgot about Chad. I'm sure he'll be dressed up as something stupid. I've got to admit, I was looking forward to hanging out with Isabella, and whatever hot-ass outfit she chose. Plus, whoever else shows up, but yeah. I certainly don't feel like spoiling my mood dealing with that giant slab of stupid Chad. Now I'm rethinking if I even want to go. I guess there'll be plenty of eye candy if I do go. Chad can't stop me from looking. I don't know, whatever. Hey, Chad can't stop me. I'm gonna strut my stuff for all the fine ladies. A quick change later and I head out to the porch with Isabella. Well? Hey, nice! I always knew you were brain dead. Didn't think the rest was dead too. Oh, bite me. Please. Preferably up in my room for the next couple hours. You're looking damn fine. You don't have to tell me hot stuff. And now if only the others would show up, we can get going. As called, I am here. Oh, you dog, you. No, wolf, Isabella. I'm a wolf. It's a saying, Rakesh. You look good, Rakesh. How long did it take? Not long, though the glue I rolled in itches. I'm not sure what kind of fur this is either. That's terrible, Rakesh, but for now, you look great, so who cares? Who else is coming? Huh, I think you'll like this spell. Isabella leans close to me. I like it. Say it with me. Bippity, boppity, boo? Now I know I like this spell. You're never gonna get a scare like that, hon. Come on, you gotta sell. Definitely, because whatever you're selling, I'm buying. Between the two of you, I'm gonna run out of cash. I'll be happy to bleed you dry later, hot stuff. God, the puns are amazing so far. That's it, the thing about this scene, is there's so many puns going on the entire time. Your costume looks good too, Max. Thanks. Is this it? Any other surprises for me? This is it? Dominic's hanging back to hand out candy if anyone comes by. Sally's gone to hand out pamphlets on where to compost your pumpkins. Girl knows how to party. Well, then let's get going. These two fine ladies in tow? Oh, I'm definitely looking forward to this. Together we make our way down to the party site, another house on campus. Oh, the music. 10 minutes later, just in time, we're staring at an incredibly well-decorated house. Whoever did the decorations really went all out. The whole place is covered in cobwebs. I can even see some cutouts that look like ghosts in some of the windows.
Welcome to you, our most esteemed guests of honor. I presume you are the inspectors we sent for?
Huh?
You may call me Butler. We ran the constable to solve the ghastly murder in our quaint dormitory. I thought you were they. No? Well, please, come in.
I look at the other roomies, who all appear to be just as confused as I am. I don't know why he's talking that way, but he enters through the front door and gestures for us to enter as well. He's talking that way because that's the voice I gave him. I heard it was a theme party. I didn't know it was going to be like this. Hey, as long as I'm with you ladies, I'll play along with whatever weird stuff they want to throw my way.
This way, please. Do mind the corpse. Mind the...
Before Rakesh can finish, we've all entered and are staring at the bloody corpse in the middle of the hall. There are about 10 other people here with us. Some of the others are talking amongst themselves about the body. It's actually really well done. It looks very believable.
Poor Mr. Buddy. He owns this building. Well, owned. He donated a rather large sum to the college, apparently on behalf of a student he had a particular fondness for. Actually, it's rather odd, but he'd been filling out these cards when he sent me out. They have your names on them.
Butler hands everyone in the room a card with their name on it.
So that's why we've had to RSVP for this thing.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. So that's why we had to RSVP for this thing. I open my card and inside it says, "You are Mr. Body's #1 salesperson. You are innocent, but the murderer is out there. At 7, you are refueling your vehicle." Hey, what did you guys get?
Please do not discuss the contents of your letter until the constables arrive. We wouldn't want anyone to tamper with the evidence. While we wait, please avail yourselves to the amenities. There is a kitchen down the hall, the study is that way, and the sitting room is through that door. I expect there may be clues about. I'm sure you'll discover something along the way.
So, what's going on? Looks like you're on the case, hot stuff. Time to figure out who murdered this poor sap. The game is afoot, as it were. It's elementary, my dear Rakesh. Oh, this will be so much fun. Well, I think I know what I'd like to investigate. Down, dead boy. It appears we must solve this dreadful crime. Who doesn't love a good mystery? Oh, you're way too into this, hon. This might be pretty cool. I think I'm gonna go see what I can find in the study.
Butler, is there food in the kitchen? Indubitably.
That's such like a stereotypically like butler and nerd thing to say. I don't know if they did that on purpose or if it was like even coincidental. I don't know. I shall take that as a yes and go to feed myself. I think I'll see what I can deduce in the sitting room. I think I'll come and find you guys in a second. Don't keep me waiting, hot stuff. You know it, babe. While we are making our plans, so was everyone else. Soon enough, the crowd disperses, only the butlers left. So, dude, what's really up?
Exactly what I've said so far.
Alright, I'll play along. So what are the facts, Jack?
I'm afraid I don't know much. Feel free to look over the body for clues. I'll answer your questions as you like.
Alright, I can work with this. I think I may be surprising everyone tonight. The only question now is where to start. Clearly, there are 4 rooms to visit, and if I include the main hall here, there are probably clues in each of them, not to mention my friends. Oh god. I guess I have to figure out which one to visit first. Time to investigate the main hall. After all, there's a body here to look into. I look around the room just to get my bearings. There are some stairs going up here, though that seems to be out of bounds for the game. The main entrance is here too. The butler appears to have gone back outside to wait for the police. The body lies before me. Whoever did it did a great job. It almost looks like a real person. A real person who's had the back of their skull caved in. But a real person. Jeez. The body is wearing a very nice 3-piece suit that's been treated very roughly. Whoever got to him must have had a fight on their hands. There are holes and tears all over. The man was also clearly quite well-to-do. A gold watch peeks out from under one of his sleeves. A little hesitant to mess with the body. I don't know if it's against the rules or not. Hey butler, can I touch this guy?
If you think it will help your case, sir. Everyone else seems to have gone to search for clues elsewhere. I'm sure the police will be able to put the pieces together if no one else here can.
Sounds good. I take a look at the watch on his wrist. It's definitely seen better times. The strap is nearly broken off and the face is definitely broken. A little blood has gotten onto it. On the strap and on the knob on the side. The watch hands have stopped moving, stuck pointing at 7. I decide to go through the pockets of the jacket as well, and after a few moments riffling around, my hand grasps something. It appears to be a stop payment order on a check. On the reason line it just says cut off. So this is Isabella's fault. I remember it said that and it was her fault. There doesn't appear to be anything else of note on his body. Well, butler, I think it's time you told me what you know. Exactly what happened here. There hasn't been a single person on screen for 5 minutes now. There we go, Jesus.
Very well. Here is the sordid tale. I was here when Master returned from work at 6 in the evening. He was certainly planning on throwing a costume party tonight. All the invitations to you were sent out ages ago. At 6:55, the Master noticed that we were dreadfully short of port for the evening. He immediately sent me to acquire more for the night. Obviously, I don't really know what happened while I was gone. I arrived back from the shops at 7:30. I entered to find the hideous scene you see before you. I called the police, of course, but then you all began to arriving, and, well, you know where we got it from there.
Did you hear any strange noises when you were leaving? Any signs of struggle? If we assume his watch broke at the time of assault, it wasn't long after you left.
No, I don't recall hearing anything unusual as I left. It was actually very quiet. And there was nobody here when you...
Oh god, I'm sorry. And there was nobody here when you got back?
No, I checked all the rooms and nobody was about.
Are there any other entrances or exits?
There's a back entrance, but it was still locked when I checked it.
Alright, well, thank you, butler.
Of course, sir.
I think that's all I'm gonna get out of this place for now. Well, that was certainly a good place to start. Question is, where next? That one. Time to visit the study. I think Isabella came in here. One of the classrooms has been converted for the evening. Looks like there are people relaxing all over. Some even put a few pipes on the coffee table between some of the chairs. They probably haven't been used, since I'm pretty sure this is a no smoking building. Isabella is sitting on one of the chairs, idly leafing through a book. I don't know if she's reading it or not, actually. Hey, Isabella. Hey, hot stuff. Glad you came to find me. I was afraid I was going to be all alone in here. She's really laying it on pretty thick tonight. Not that I mind. So, where's Chad anyway? I suppose it's not too much... What? Oh, I suppose it's too much to hope he's the corpse out there. Ha, no such luck. Nah, Chad left much earlier. He said he had to go bail one of his friends out. Hey, that just means more time for me. So what did your card say? That would be telling. And where's the fun in that? Aren't you gonna try to worm the information out of me? Well, there are plenty of things I'd like to get out of you. Ooh, tempting. Isabella stands up from her chair and walks over to me, draping her arms over my shoulder. So, Mr. Interrogator, you think you can wring a confession from these lips? Well, this could involve some very in-depth questioning. I wouldn't want you to get tongue-tied. Oh, don't worry. I'm very hot under pressure. You're hot anywhere. Come on, did you do the crime? Isabella grins wickedly at me, then leans in close to my ear. If I was guilty, detective, would it matter? Pursing her lips, she blows a little air over my ear. Well, I can certainly offer you a hell of a deal if you cooperate with me. What's the fun in cooperation? The struggle's so much more interesting. I'll play it any way you want it. I can be mean, or I can be nice. Very, very nice. Well, since you asked so nicely, What's your story here then, Isabella?
Well, you know Mr. Body was my boss. We worked together for God's sake. I've been his secretary for 3 years now.
Did you have any problems with your boss?
Of course not. We got along famously. Everyone knows he was always hanging off my every word.
And was there anything else going on between you two?
I'm sorry, what? What do you mean?
Oh, please. If you're my secretary, I'd be in HR every day for being inappropriate.
Are you saying I can't be professional, Max?
That's almost exactly what I'm saying. I'm also saying that men are more than happy to be unprofessional right along with you. I know I am. I close the distance between us, looking down at her with my best gotcha stare.
Well, fine. Yeah, we messed around a bit. It was nothing serious, just a little harmless fun.
Ha, I knew it. And did his wife know about this harmless fun?
Well, if it's harmless, she wouldn't really need to know about it, would she?
I figured.
So, where were you around 7?
Ugh, don't remind me.
That was before we got here, right? You asked why Chad didn't come. Well, just ask the patrons at my cafe. They'll tell you why he didn't come. We had a huge fight when he told me we had to go bail someone out of jail. He left at 7 and I went home to prepare to come here with you.
Wait, yeah, that actually doesn't even make sense with the storyline, because when she was talking to him at the house, she said Chad's coming. And that was already after the fight. So, well, yeah, I was already after the quote-unquote fight.
How far away is the cafe from here?
I don't know, about 15 minutes. Okay, one more question. Take a look at this for me. I handed the slip of paper to Isabella, watching her reaction carefully. She unfolds the paper, looking it over. For a fraction of a second, her face tightens in anger. Then she's all smiles again.
Clearly, he didn't want somebody to get paid. That looks like his personal account, so I don't know what it could have been for.
Did you know his account number as well as his secretary?
As his secretary, I ran a few checks for him now and then. I have a good head for numbers, what can I say?
Well, thank you for your time, Isabella.
No problem, detective.
I hope you figure out who did this and bring them to justice. Isabella winks at me and goes back to idly leafing through her book on her comfy chair. Well, there was clearly an affair happening between her and the body. That's not necessarily evidence that she did it. I'll have to investigate further. As I return to the main hall, I pass by a couple of the other guests in this murder mystery. I hear a quick snippet of their conversation. Oh yeah, I totally heard his bodyguard wanted out of his job, but couldn't get out from under Body's thumb. There's definitely some dirt involved there. Well, anyway, that's another room down. Only question is, where to go next? I can probably make my accusations right now, actually. Because I think it says the same thing. Father, why not? I think it's time to visit the kitchen. Maybe I can catch up with Rakesh. I wander down the hall into what looks like a little break room. There's a refrigerator and a microwave in there. There's even one of those little electric grills plugged in. I see Rakesh applying peanut butter to some bread slices at the counter next to the refrigerator. Digging around inside the fridge, I see a girl I don't know. Let me know when you find the jelly, Roxanne. Yes, I'm looking. I don't even know if they have any. How did you talk me into this anyways?
Because I make an excellent sandwich.
Hey, Rakesh.
Ah, Max, welcome. I will get more bread. What is a kitchen without snacks,
Who's your new friend?
This is Roxanne. Apparently she was staying here in the building to sort out some of her affairs.
Affairs? In an old schoolhouse? The unfortunate murder case in the Great Hall is my father. He called me here under some pretense of having something to tell me. It was apparently going to be something about his new lover. Honestly, if he weren't paying my way through college, I wouldn't have listened to anything that old bag had to say. Daddy trying to buy your love? What's the matter? Didn't get enough hugs? Oh please, he was an awful man. A gambler and a drunk. He probably just fell down the stairs. I hated that man. I hated him to his bones. I won't deny it. I've got nothing to hide. Roxanne slams the jar of jelly on the counter next to Rakesh and storms out the room. Rakesh finishes making their sandwich and hands me one. So, what's your deal in this crazy place, Rakesh?
Ah, yes, well, as to my story. I'm not sure if you've ever seen me around the office. I was Mr. Body's bodyguard. He did not feel I was necessary when he was at his own office. Still, I saw you a time or two.
He was your boss as well, huh? Did you two get along all right?
Oh, yes, he was a very strict boss.
You didn't like him?
That's not true at all. Well, maybe a little true. I was not fond of him, but one does not need to be fond of one's employer to remain employed. Is that correct?
I suppose that's true, but surely you could have found somewhere else to work.
Mr. Body was very persuasive.
You don't sound like a loyal employee.
Perish the thought. At any rate, I did not have anything to do with the terrible crime out there tonight. That is for certain.
So where were you around 7 tonight?
What time was that? An hour before we got here. I was just finishing up with an art class. I was doing a bit of life modeling.
Which, by the way, is very awkward on both sides, whether you're the life modeler or the people drawing it.
I didn't know you did that. Well, art is a bit of a side passion of mine.
We both chuckle at that.
Mr. Body said that Mr. Body said that he wouldn't need me tonight, so I took the opportunity.
Just one last thing, Rakesh. Can you take a look at this for me? I handed him the slip of paper, watching his reaction. He uncurls the paper, looking it over. He looks worried for a moment.
It's one of his personal accounts. Not the one he pays me out of, I think. I hope it's not yours, is it?
No, not mine.
Probably someone else close to him, then. It's definitely a personal account.
Well, thank you, Rakesh. Make sure to find me if you think of anything else.
Most definitely. Thank you, Max. I think there's definitely more to Rakesh's relationship with Mr. Body than he's saying. But I'll have to figure it out as I go.
Oh, God.
As I return to the main hall, I pass by a couple of the other guests in this murder mystery and hear a quick snippet of their conversation. I hear Mr. Body was about to break things off with his mistress.
No mistresses. No mistress takes kindly to that sort of thing, especially if they're not doing the breaking up.
Well, anyway, that's another room down. Only question now is, where to go next?
Looks just like our common room, but with a nicer TV. It even looks like someone brought in a small bar. Upon closer inspection, it looks like it's got all kinds of juices, but no alcohol. Which means I immediately find it uninteresting. Anne is here on one of the small couches in a corner, writing on a small notebook. A few other people are sitting in various other parts of the room, but they all seem to be nattering about nothing. Come to think of it, I haven't really seen all of the other people much. Most of them have just come in here to discuss things. It looks like a bunch of them have juice glasses. Hello, Anne. Hiding out here, huh?
Well, maybe a little. I have my reasons.
Well, speaking of reasons, maybe we should talk about your story here. Come on, let's talk about you for a while, huh?
Okay, Mr. Sleuth. What would you like to know?
Well, how did you know Mr. Body?
I only just met him a few months ago, actually. I didn't really know him very well. He hired me to write his memoirs, you see.
Well, do you think he had an interesting enough life for a book? I mean, was his company that successful? I've heard of a few Fortune 500 types putting out their stories. Was it like that?
Yes, exactly like that. Apparently he'd heard of a few of my books before and wanted me to ghost write his story. Have you read any of my books? I wrote the Starlight Sally series that everyone was reading a few years back. I also wrote the A Spy's Game is Murder, which you might know.
Do those books even exist, Anne? I didn't think you'd written anything.
Max, I'm a character here. Get in the spirit of it, would you? I swear, I'll pull a hex on you.
Okay, calm down. So you wrote some really well-known books, then?
Yes, a lot of fantasy and fiction, mostly. I told my publisher I was interested in writing some nonfiction. When he mentioned that Mr. Body was a big fan, I thought it would be my chance.
And how is the book coming along?
Oh, it was fine. He was an interesting subject, certainly.
Anne can't meet my eyes as she says this. She stops just short of making a disgusted face. Didn't exactly make for a page-turner, huh?
Oh, no. I can make any story interesting. It's what I do. Did you know that Starlight Sally and the Bugman of Xanadu was really just a story about Ant Farm? #1 on the New York bestsellers list for 7 weeks, and it could have just as easily been written in a 3rd grade science report. That's how good I am. Huh. And did you have to do a lot of doctoring on Mr. Body's story? Well, how could I? It was nonfiction. Anne had gone back to writing in her little notebook. Just notes on this case. If you don't hurry, I'm going to figure out the culprit before you. So where were you at 7? Well, you can ask the bartender at the Dog and Biscuit. He'd probably be the only one who could tell you how many I'd had, since he's the one that cut me off. Wait, what? Seriously? Max! Oh, right, character. Sorry. Look, I don't have a drinking problem. I drink, I get drunk, I write books, no problem. Ha, that's a good one. Okay, one last question. Take a look at this for me, would you? I hand her the slip of paper. Anne unfurls it, looking at it with confusion. Looks like a stop payment, so... Wait, is this check to me? I'll murder that bastard. Anne blushes fiercely. Well, you know, I would have, but only figuratively. I would never actually... Oh my. And does it look like it's an amount for you? Well, no. Maybe if you finally came through on that bonus. I generally make less. Whoever was making this must have been set up pretty nicely. Hell, I should have negotiated for this much. Well, thank you for your time, Anne. I'll let you get back to writing your case notes. Let me know if you come up with anything. We'll see. Good luck, detective. I'll be interested in seeing if you get this one right, Max. Anne looks at me appraisingly. She's really into this stuff. I think she's enjoying the intellectual challenge. I give her a little bow and head back out. As I return to the main hall, I pass by a couple of other guests in this murder mystery. I hear a quick snippet of their conversation. Yeah, it was great having a life model for class. I think I made good progress. He even stayed a little late. That couldn't be Rakesh then. Well, anyway, that's another room down. Only question now is where to go next. Yeah, it physically could not be Rakesh. Ironically, he was the only one that I was certain it wasn't either. Crap. Butler, gather the people. I think it's time we close this case. Very well, sir. The little guy runs off to grab everyone while I collect my thoughts. Once everyone's gathered around, I stand next to the body while I eye everyone. Someone in here thinks they're pretty clever. Someone thinks they've pulled the wool over my eyes. Somebody didn't count on exactly how smart I really am. I've seen the evidence. I've talked to some of you very in depth. Isabella winks at me. The others look around at each other, sizing up what I'm going to say. And now it's time to bring this little game to a close with me as its winner. It's all quite clear to me now. I'm still like 98% sure it's Isabella, so I'm going to lie to protect her. I take a long look at Isabella, who looks back to me. After a moment, she winks and blows a kiss. It's not difficult. Oh my god. It's not difficult to see. An elaborate party, a bunch of invitations with pre-written messages, a convenient excuse that would seem to put them out of the house at the time of the murder. The murder is clearly the biggest liar. The murder is clearly the biggest liar here at the party for liars. What? I'm confused actually what that means. The one pulling the wool over our eyes from the very start. The butler. After all, can anyone corroborate where you were when you say you were out for supplies? You probably did leave, only you did it after killing Mr. Body. What? Well, I didn't do anything. Tell it to the cops, chump. Isabella sidles up to me while the others round on the butler, pelting him with questions about why he did it and what the rouse was about. She looks at me for a moment, shaking her head in confusion. When did you figure me out? The stop payment was to you, wasn't it? He crossed me. I'm afraid that's unforgivable. He wasn't nearly as smart as you. Isabella slides an arm around my waist. I think you'll like me when I'm grateful. I think I will too. You know, I've got your back. Smart boy.
Yeah, I was like 98% sure it was Isabella, just because of the stop payment. Oh my god, my back hurts.
The butler finally disengages from the group, accosting him. I'm sorry, Max, but you've got it all wrong. But unfortunately, that's all the time we have. I want to thank you all for coming out to the Alpha Theta Rho Fraternity Murder Mystery Evening. If you would like, please feel free to join us for a party proper at our house.
Everyone claps loudly for the butler, who takes a bow.
People start heading out the door. The Latin House roomies gather in the lot. I can't believe how much fun that was. Did you see me in there?
Definitely. Clearly you need to channel some of that all the time, man.
Oh yeah, you were definitely working it. She wasn't the only one. Well, hey, if you've got it, flaunt it. Though I can't believe they've made me the other woman for some skeezy old businessman. Well, if the shoe fits. Watch it, jackass.
Everyone laughs as Isabella starts chasing me around, threatening to bite me.
That was a lot of fun to pretend to be someone else for an evening. I suppose that is what Halloween is all about, yes? I suppose that's very true, Rakesh. Nice work. Well, now that I'm done with pretending to be a sexy office worker, I think it's time to pretend to be a drunken vampire who wants to go get some research material. Hear, hear. Are you really just going to pretend to be drunk? Everyone just stares at Rakesh for a moment before we all head off, laughing to their frat house. Woo!
Cafe clerk, job unlocked. Already? Jeez. Nice. That's actually... Oh, that could be why. I need to put more into active. I will do that. No. Let me go ahead and end that one here. This episode was really nice. If only there weren't so many errors in like grammar and spelling. But otherwise, it's still a great series. I could tell they spent more time with ands, definitely. Because I have stumbled a few times on this with little typos, like things that shouldn't stumble me. But that aside, this is still a good series. I like the concept behind it. I feel that this could go even further and maybe like a second type novel with like a whole new character set and all that. Everything going on. All in all, it's a great series. So, ending that one here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like, comment, or subscribe if you want to see more. And I'll see you all in the next one.